6-hour training days from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. with sparring sessions that could make your local gym's toughest meathead cry. He's lifting weights, perfecting brutal combinations, and practicing the kind of footwork that would send even young pros scrambling for cover. And Jake Paul, poor, deluded Jake, thinks he has a chance. Bless his naive little heart.
Retirement child or whatever they may think I am, and he thinks this is going to be an easy touch. Well, he can fight, yeah, for boxers his level, yes. They won't believe the spectacle that's going to happen.
This is a war zone, not one of Jake's silly social media boxing stunts. When Tyson throws those lightning-fast hooks, he's not just aiming to win, he's looking to obliterate. Imagine facing off against a man whose punches could rearrange your internal organs. Yeah, Jake might have youth on his side, but Tyson's been breaking jaws since before Jake's parents even thought about having kids. Experts are shaking their heads in disbelief, practically begging Jake to back out. But Jake's got that Instagram bravado. He thinks he's untouchable, that his clout can save him.
I started Jake off ago. No one knew who the hell he was. I started him, and most likely looks like I'm going to finish him. I like him, but he has to go. I don't look at myself as a middle-aged man. I feel really good. And when you're in the top physical and spiritual shape, you hear and notice everything. Highest form of relaxation. Hey, listen, nobody's a perfect expert with two people in the ring.
Lennox Lewis, the Olympic legend, has seen it all, and even he's astonished. Watching Tyson go berserk in training made Lewis realize something. This isn't a comeback. This is a declaration of war.
If they what I've seen you, then the whole time you fought Lennox Lewis. Am I right or wrong?
Different era, brother.
There's a whole new ballgame. I'm proud of you, Mike.
Tyson's throwing 6-punch combos with the kind of power that could split concrete. At 58, Tyson still has the intensity of a caged beast, and Lennox is sitting there like, why, Jake? Why would you do this to yourself? It's clear that Lewis sees Jake as nothing more than a viral highlight reel waiting to happen. Jake, you're not a warrior stepping into battle. You're a human punching bag with a bank account.
It's in the air. It's just like that. Yeah, so far.
And Joe Rogan? Oh, Rogan had a field day with this one. Tyson's physique is so terrifying that Rogan called him a scary monster. He's seen the leaked footage, and it's enough to make even the bravest men second-guess their careers. Tyson's muscles look like they're carved out of granite, and his punches are still capable of dishing out life-altering pain. Jake, the YouTube crowd won't save you when you're getting your skull pounded in by a man whose nickname was literally Iron Mike. And Rogan didn't hold back when he analyzed Jake's so-called boxing accomplishments, beating up retired UFC legends? Cute. But Tyson? His power will fold you like a lawn chair, kid. Rogan sneers, fully aware that Jake's in over his head.
No one knew who the hell he was. I started him, and most likely looks like I'm going to finish him. I like him, but he has to go. I don't look at myself as a middle-aged man. I feel really good. And when you're in the top physical and spiritual shape, you hear and notice everything. Highest form of relaxation. Hey, listen, nobody's a perfect expert with two people in the ring.
Rogan can't help but roll his eyes at the idea of Jake's youth being an advantage. Sure, Jake's got speed and stamina, but Tyson's been fighting wars in the ring since before Jake even learned to walk. Youth won't mean a damn thing when Tyson lands his first body shot.
When you get challenged by someone who's a guy like a Jake Paul, does that piss you off? Is it part of it that's just like
No, it doesn't. I think it's awesome.
You think it's awesome?
Yeah, I think it'll piss me off. I think it's cool.
You think it's cool?
Rogan paints a vivid picture. Jake's youthful energy will evaporate faster than his dignity when Tyson's fists come crashing in. Jake's about to find out the hard way that Tyson's age isn't a weakness. It's a badge of terrifying experience.
Well, he punches in bunches. He throws missiles, not just one bomb, freaking one after the other. Cuss would say he moved his head so great, the guy couldn't hit him with.
Then there's Floyd Mayweather, a man who knows what it takes to survive in the ring. Floyd's worried for Jake, and if Mayweather's worried, you know it's serious. He's seen Tyson's training and knows that Jake's Instagram wins are about to mean squat. Jake better pray Tyson goes easy, Floyd says, but even he knows prayers won't be enough. Mayweather's been dissecting Jake's fights, pointing out flaws Tyson could exploit with one hand tied behind his back. Floyd even jokes, hope your insurance covers facial reconstruction, because, let's be honest, Jake's gonna need it.
And if Jake Paul does happen to win, does he really feel good?
Do you think that Tyson can knock his
out.
I know he can. Oh, of course, both of y'all forgetting two words: father time. Just saying, like, if we could all do it, I'd still be playing. Like, this ain't Shaq. When I got hurt, I was actually happy I got hurt. I was like,
Mike Tyson's leaked training footage should come with a health warning specifically for Jake Paul, who's about to have a very harsh reality check. Forget everything you thought you knew about Tyson's age slowing him down. This man isn't just training, he's preparing for a demolition job.
But as the fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality. And in reality, I'm invincible. This guy's gonna come, he's gonna try to hurt me, which I'm accustomed to, and he's gonna be greatly mistaken. I don't think I'll be smoking for this fight, and I think I'm gonna be very irritable and nasty.
6 hours a day, Tyson is sparring, lifting, and basically giving gravity the finger with how fast he moves. At 58 years old, he's still a walking nightmare. And Jake Paul, our beloved YouTuber turned boxer, is about to learn that internet fame doesn't translate to boxing skills. It's like bringing a rubber knife to a tank fight.
I don't risk my health for money. I don't think he's faster than me. I train every day. The process goes through the whole day. I get up in the morning, do the road work, then I go to the gym at 1, then I go to the strength and conditioning guy, then it starts all over again.
And let's talk about the warning from Floyd Mayweather, the undefeated legend who doesn't exactly hand out compliments or concerns lightly. When Mayweather says Tyson's training is a recipe for disaster, you'd think Jake might start looking for the nearest exit. But no, our favorite problem child is strutting around as if he stands a chance. Floyd doesn't even try to hide the mockery in his voice when he says, Tyson's forgotten more about boxing than Jake's ever learned. That's not an exaggeration. It's the cold, brutal truth. While Jake's out here hyping himself up over wins against washed-up MMA fighters, Tyson's been busy perfecting a fighting style that sends shivers down the spines of boxing greats.
Praise be to Allah. They want to fuck with me. Let's do it, Jakey.
Mayweather isn't sugarcoating Jake's predicament either. He's genuinely worried, and not in a hope you don't get embarrassed way, but more like a hope you don't get permanently disfigured kind of way. Tyson's punches don't just hurt, Floyd emphasizes, they destroy. Jake better hope Tyson wakes up on the right side of the bed and decides to pull his punches.
And I love Mike, and nobody wants to see Mike get beat by this f***ing jerk off, you know what I mean? Love Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson was one of the guys that I idolized.
Otherwise, Paul could find himself making the rounds on social media, not as a champ, but as the new face of memes for the most devastating knockout of the decade. Mayweather doesn't stop there. He analyzes Jake's past fights with a mixture of disbelief and ridicule. Remember that supposed win over Nick Diaz where Jake barely scraped by? Tyson's coming for destruction, and Jake's claim to fame will be looking confused and overmatched.
Did you start training already? He's not gonna win. Nigga, he can't even knock out Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is 40 pounds. How's he gonna knock me out?
And then there's the pure comedic gold Floyd drops. Jake, buddy, hope your insurance covers facial reconstruction. This isn't playful banter. It's a reminder that Tyson doesn't do gentle. Jake's about to experience what it means to be hit by a force of nature, and trust me, YouTube views won't save him. Tyson's fists are like wrecking balls. And no, Jake, you can't TikTok dance your way out of this. All that online clout you've built up, worthless when Tyson decides to swing. Floyd's mockery is almost laced with pity, as if he's trying to understand how Jake could be so clueless. No amount of boxing choreography or flashy training videos can prepare Jake for the mauling that's coming.
The last thing to go with any fighter is their power. And Mike Tyson is a knockout guy. I mean, and if Tyson trains for this fight and really get in tip-top shape, take this fight serious, I think Jake Paul's going to...
Roy Jones Jr., who's actually faced Tyson, adds another layer of dread to this situation. Roy sparred with Tyson in an exhibition 4 years ago, and even then Tyson was relentless. The man never tires out, Roy says, recalling the way Tyson kept charging forward without a hint of fatigue. 2-minute rounds felt like an eternity when Tyson was coming at him full force. Roy remembers every bone-rattling punch, and if Jake thinks he can handle it, he's got another thing coming.
I looked at Tyson's history. You know, he's coming from the same history that I'm coming from. You know, he spent some time in incarceration. While he was in incarceration, I'm still out there fighting and training hard.
Tyson's stamina is legendary, and age hasn't made him any less terrifying. Roy laughs at the idea that Jake could outlast Tyson, calling it wishful thinking. If Jake even dreams of standing toe-to-toe with Tyson, he might as well start booking a hospital room. He'll be counting stars, Roy predicts. It's not an exaggeration, it's a near guarantee. Tyson's punches don't just hurt, they redefine pain.
Tyson can throw a punch, he can take a punch, so, he's doing something that he's used to. Now, Jake Paul makes sure that he's not in the way of those punches because Tyson's a real fighter. You got to try and stay away from him, stay away from his power. I seen him working out the other day, and he throws some good combinations, so.
Roy's honesty about Tyson's power is enough to make anyone nervous. But Jake? He's still riding high on overconfidence, thinking his social media fame will somehow translate to success in the ring. The experts are practically rolling their eyes at the absurdity. Jake Paul, the guy known for pranks and clickbait, is about to get a real-life lesson in humility. Tyson isn't just here to fight, he's here to prove a point. And when that first punch lands, Jake's whole world is going to spin. No amount of pre-fight hype can prepare him for the reality of Tyson's fists, and if he thinks otherwise, he's more deluded than we ever imagined.
Try and stay away from him, stay away from his power. I seen him working out the other day, and he throws some good combinations, so those 6-punch combinations.
And let's be real, Jake, your stubbornness is admirable, or completely idiotic, depending on how you look at it. Experts across the board are lining up to warn Jake. From Mayweather to Roy, they're all in agreement. This isn't going to be a fairy tale underdog story. It's a brutal mismatch, and Jake is the sacrificial lamb. They are practically placing bets on how many seconds you'll last. Tyson isn't training to fight, he's training to obliterate.
That's awesome. That's awesome that you handle it that way. It's kind of insulting. It's brave, it's bold of him, but it's like, Jesus Christ, there's levels to this world.
So to all Jake's diehard fans, get ready to watch your hero get turned into a highlight reel for Tyson's epic comeback. Because come November 15th, we're not just watching a fight, we're witnessing a public execution of Jake's boxing delusions. And honestly, he had it coming. Mike Tyson is bringing the pain, and Jake Paul is walking into the lion's den thinking he can tame the beast. Tyson's training has experts on edge, and they're all wondering the same thing. How long until Jake's ego and jaw gets shattered into a million pieces?